Bum, bum, da 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 da, bum, bum, da. Hey guys, what's up and welcome back or to the Roomies Digest. My name's Christine, and in today's video you can see exactly how dirty my room is. So today we're doing a really fun vlog that I think I'm going to turn into a series. I think it will be pretty fun. I think it'll be fun for all of us. But we get these Netgalley arcs on Netgalley, obviously, and there are some really cool titles that are coming out soon. So I thought that I would try and make this a series where the month before all these books come out, I'm gonna try and put out a vlog telling you guys about these books. I'm gonna keep it spoiler free because it wouldn't be fun if you guys want to know about the books, but there are spoilers. So it'll be spoiler free, but I'll be able to kind of give you guys a little sneak peek into what I'm reading. I hope that made sense. So you guys can get ready if you guys are wondering, you know, there's like a book that is coming out and you want to know more about it. That is what this kind of like vlog situation is going to serve as. Low-key, maybe a Netgalley recommendation video. I don't know, guys, we'll think of the name. But hopefully you're here to hang out and hopefully you saw a book on the thumbnail that you're interested in, and I'll get to talking about it. We're gonna go ahead and get started. The first book that I'm going to read is going to be While We Were Dating by Jasmine Guillory. I actually bought the wedding date, like I want to say in like December or January, whenever we had like our first book haul. So whenever that was, that's when I bought it. I still haven't read it yet, but Monique read it. She really liked it. Miss Guillory, she is a pretty well-known romance author. I mean, she has like 5 of these books. I think this is book number 6 coming out July 13th. So I'm expecting it to be a really cute romance, really sweet. And that's the first book that I'm going to be reading. So I'm going to go ahead and get started on that. And I will check in with you guys at the 50% mark and let you know what's going on. I will say this book is supposed to be about a famous actress and I believe an ad agency guy, and they like meet on set one day and they kind of vibe, and I think they're trying to figure out if they can have a relationship or if it's just too hard because she is an actress and he is a normal dude. That's interesting because I did read, spoiler alert, which kind of has like a similar-ish vibe as far as having like a famous person and like just a regular person trying to be in a relationship. So I think that'll be fun. I really liked spoiler alert and I'm hoping that this will be a lot of fun. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started. I know I've been talking, but thanks so much for joining me, guys, and let's go have some fun. Hey guys, so I'm doing a little check-in and I'm also showing off my cute little light that I got for my birthday. B-Day present from Monique. So I love it. It changes colors. It's not just that one color. Anyway, you guys have seen it before. So I'm doing a little check-in for While We Were Dating. We're at like 30%, you know, without giving too much away. Right now, I'm feeling like the transition from the love interest just being together and then them being intimate is a little jarring because they seem to be like very polite and nice to each other. And then all of a sudden it was like craziness. So I'm not sure how to feel about that. I'm gonna continue on, obviously, and see where it goes from here. But yeah, that's how I'm feeling right now. I'm feeling like it was a little sudden. I don't know. It reminds me a lot of, like, not in smut kind of way, because this is a little bit lighter smut than what I'm about to mention, but A Touch of Darkness, if you guys have read that, it kind of reminds me of that, because I feel like A Touch of Darkness was like that as well, where they would just be like in a room together and then all of a sudden all over each other. Like there's not like a big transition. And I think it just seems a little bit more jarring for these characters because these characters seem like so polite towards each other and so nice, bashful, shy, and then all of a sudden they're in the bedroom and they're like, forget it, you know? The clothes are off. So that's how I'm feeling right now about it. I'm still gonna check it at 50% if something is needed, I guess. But right now that's like my first check-in, so we'll see how it goes from here. Hey guys, good morning. Okay, so you know I did my little morning reading and I'm at 50% of this book. I think the issue that I'm having is that it doesn't seem believable to me. I was trying to figure out what it was, and it's the contrast between the like dialogue and then the intimate scenes because the dialogue just doesn't flow with me. Yeah, that's where I'm at right now. So obviously I can't discuss what specifically is bothering me, what specific instances, but there are just like a lot of convenient things happening, and I get that with romance, you know, I get that that happens, but I don't know, I feel like there's a way to write it where something happens and then it doesn't get relayed 2 or 3 times because like the main characters are telling their friends, so then it's just like repeat dialogue and their conversations are kind of low-key a little boring, but it's okay. I am going to continue on. So we'll see how it ends up, but right now it is at a solid 3.5 for me. Yeah, that's where I'm at. Okay, so I'll check in a little bit and we'll see how it goes. Okay guys, what's up? I am about to go on sprints for the Studio Ghibli Readathon. Our last sprints of the Readathon. It's been so fun, but that's not what this clip is about. This clip is about the start of the Taking of Jake Livingston. So I am going to be reading that during these sprints, and I will let you guys know how it goes. Highly anticipated. I believe it's a thriller. I believe the main character can talk to ghosts, and I think he's in high school. So that's all I know about the book. I think it's gonna be fun. It's coming out July 12th. So I'm excited to get started. All right, so I'm gonna start sprints and I'll talk to you guys in a little bit. Hello everybody, good morning. Okay, so I'm at 57% of the Taking of Jake Livingston. I'm having a fun time. I didn't understand like what kind of book this was at first. I was like, is this a haunting book? You know, is this like a Nancy Drew book where we're gonna go and do a mystery? Like, what's the tea? You know, what is he gonna be professional? And I'm happy to say that it has notes of realistic plot points. Like, for example, the ghost that he's dealing with was a school shooter, and Jake kind of is dealing with insomnia and some other mental health issues because he's a medium. So it's just, I feel like it's like normal stuff that you would have to deal with if you see ghosts all the time. So I'm really liking that aspect. And then it seems like he has a group of friends that are gonna like help him. I thought it was just gonna be a solo journey, and I was like, oh, this is gonna be so hard, but he made some friends, and I'm really enjoying that aspect too, because for like the first part of the book, like his brother was not believing that he could see ghosts, and I'm like, it's 2021, y'all. I don't know, if we're not believing that ghosts exist and that people can see ghosts sometimes, like what even is the year? You know what I mean? So I really like that his friends believe him and support him, and they're not like weird about it, you know, because they're his friends. Like, if anybody's gonna believe him, then it should be them. So yeah, I think that's all I want to say so far. I'm enjoying it. We'll see where it goes. I thought there was gonna be a romance between these 2 characters, but I'm realizing now it's not them, and thank God, because I was like, this is a weird couple to put together. Anyway, all right. How's it going, sir? I'm gonna carry on. Guys, I'm in hyper mode right now. So, my friends, I am talking about the Taking of Jake Livingston. I really enjoyed it. I'm giving it a 4 stars. It's definitely a YA. It has kind of like, I want to say like creepy horror elements, but it's not like adult horror or anything. I don't even know if it's like classified as YA horror, but I mean, he's dealing with ghosts and stuff. So it's like kind of freaky, kind of scary. And he goes into these parts where like he literally goes into the spirit world, you know, and is trying to figure out what's going on in the spirit world. Anyway, I really liked it. I think that it touches on a couple of interesting things. Like, one, it touches on the fact that, you know, Jake is gay, and also the main bad guy is gay. And among other things, it's not just that. They both are like quiet characters. They both feel misunderstood. They both kind of go through a similar cycle of abuse. And I think it's really interesting how the author kind of paralleled them, but, you know, in one case, there's like the bad guy, and then in the other case, there's Jake, who is our, you know, main protagonist. So I thought that was really cool. I liked how that panned out. I'm really glad how that turned out as far as like the love interest. I think it's super cute and super sweet. I won't go too far into that because we obviously don't know who is with who, and I don't want to spoil it. But yeah, it's really cool. I liked it a lot, and I don't know, it was like a different take on being a mediator, if that makes sense, because Jake is young. He doesn't know what's going on really. It's like still new to him. He's still trying to figure it out. I liked it. It was like an origin story almost of like what is to come. Like I would not be surprised if Ryan Douglas writes more Jake books and kind of like makes it a series of him just like going and defeating these bad ghosties, or even if it's like a trilogy or something. I wouldn't be surprised if he continues the story, is what I'm trying to say. Jake had a really good art from the beginning of the novel, so I really enjoyed that. And yeah, like I said earlier, I think I touched on this a little bit, but it centers around serious issues while being in this kind of like magical realism world. I liked it. So yeah, 4-star if you guys are into ghosts and mediator stories. Also male romance, just a little bit though. It's not like obviously all about that. Then this is the book for you. 4 stars. I have 2 more books for the NetGalleys. So I'm either going to start 6 Crimson Cranes, or I'm going to start The Queen Will Betray You. We'll see. We'll see which one comes next. Okay, here we go. Okay, y'all, I literally look psychotic, but here I am traveling in Kansas City. We're touched down for a second, so I thought it'd be a good time for me to check in. I am 50% through The Queen Will Betray You. This second book is definitely better than the first book, The Princess Will Save You, but it's got like heavy Princess Bride vibes, like the whole stable boy trope. You know, I'm liking the girl power, I'm liking the feminism, but I'm not vibing with the writing right now. It's definitely better than the first book, like I said. So the first book I rated a 3. This one's feeling more of like a 3.5, something like that. And I'm really liking the relationship between the wayward brother, I don't even remember his name, and the princess and Miranda. I literally just read this like 2 seconds ago and I cannot remember this man's name. But yeah, he's apparently like a freak, like he likes to torture people, or at least he did in the first book. And then in the second book, he's like strangely having some fun, quick wit banter with the princess. And I'm like, do I smell a love triangle happening right now? Like, what's going on? Because he's more fun than her main love interest. And that's where I'm at with that, because I just don't get like her romance with her love that she keeps saying. It was very like insta love. I get it, he's cute and like you're cute and like cute people deserve each other, but like why? You know what I mean? Like where's the relationship? Like where is the stuff that matters? I don't know. And then they said I love you so soon, and I was like, I'm not even attached to this relationship. Meanwhile, she's stuck with the other guy for most of this book, and I'm like, and now he's like touching her waist and like grabbing her hand, and I'm like, so that's where I'm at with that. And also it's reading very like YA, so it's definitely on the younger side of the YA. That's where I'm at so far. I think that's all I want to say. Okay, I will check in once I'm done. I'm anticipating finishing it on this flight, so yay me. Also, I just wanted to show you guys, nobody's around me, so every time I go like this, I'm being as safe as possible. Anyway, all right, carry on. Okay, so I hate to say this, guys, but I think I'm DNFing The Queen Will Betray You. I just can't seem to read it fast enough because I just am not interested. It's unfortunate. I'm like 67% through. So I'm gonna move on. I'm gonna move on because I can't sit here, basically almost put myself in a reading slump every time I like pick up this book just for the sake of this vlog. It's weird. It's weird. I hate doing that. I feel like a quitter, but you know, I have to listen to my heart, and my heart is telling me right now that I should not be reading this book. So if I come back at the end of this vlog and I actually finish this book, more power to me. It will probably be a 2-star. or a 1-star. What is a 1-star? Is that like almost a DNF? I've never 1-starred a book in my life. Whew. Anyway, so yeah, I'm gonna continue on with 6 Crimson Cranes. We're gonna go with that, and I will check in at 50%. I've read like 3 pages. It's going well. So I'll see you guys in a little bit. Okay, y'all, so I have officially hit 50% of 6 Crimson Cranes. Why am I on the front porch of my beach house, you may ask? Well, it's because there is a tropical storm that has hit the coast. So, I'm not sure if I'm gonna be back on the beach for any of this trip. We literally had a hurricane warning this morning at 5:30 a.m. and we all had to get in the hallway of our beach house. So that was a little scary, but anyway, I am here to talk about 6 Crimson Cranes. So this book is going so quickly. I'm enjoying it so much, and I can't tell if it's because the last book I was reading was so boring and that this one is just so good, but I think Elizabeth Lim is just really a great writer. The story is super rich and fun, and there are like all these fun magical elements. I'm really enjoying it. Like the plot is really, really good. I like the characters. There's not a lot of world building because this is definitely more about the story, not necessarily about the world, but it's definitely like a beginner fantasy book. Like I would definitely suggest this if you're looking to like get into fantasy. But yeah, I'm really enjoying the lore and the magic that's happening, and also kind of like the mystery of how to break the curse, because I'm not sure if I talked about this, but basically the premise of this book is there's a young girl, Shiori, who gets cursed by her stepmother, and basically she has to figure out how to break the curse so that she can save her and her brothers. So I'm not sure where the story is going to go. I'm not sure if this is a one-off or if it's going to be a series, but at 50% I'm really enjoying it. I think it's between a 4 and a 4.5. Definitely a YA fantasy, but yeah, I'm really enjoying it. So I will check in, as we go along. Okay, y'all, so I'm back. I'm actually gonna move to a different room, even though I feel like this is kind of good lighting, but it's giving me creepy vibes. So I'm gonna move to a different room really quick, and then we're gonna do our wrap up. Okay, so my parents are currently redoing this room, so it's just like a big empty green room. But yeah, this room has the best lighting in the house, so that is where we're gonna do our little wrap up. I'm just gonna put you right here. Yes, beautiful. Shows all my wonderful imperfections. So I think we left off where I had not talked to you guys about the end of 6 Crimson Cranes. So I really enjoyed this book. I gave it a 4 stars. I think it's an excellent YA fantasy. It's different than a lot of YA fantasies currently being circulated, just in the fact that it doesn't have like fae or like vampires and stuff like that. It's a retelling of the 6 swans, something swans. It's a retelling, which is cool because I think Spin the Dawn, Elizabeth Lim's other series, is a retelling of Mulan. So definitely a retelling. I'm actually not familiar with the 6 Swans story, like original story, so I can't tell you how similar that is to 6 Crimson Cranes, but I really enjoyed it, and I love the magic system. You got some dragons in there, which I am always a fan of. And yeah, a little bit of romance, like a tiny little part, which was cute. It was nice, but obviously the story is not about that. So if you're in it for the romance, don't read it for that. But definitely lots of action, adventure, lore. There are some plot twists. And honestly, I didn't see them coming. It might be because I haven't read the original story, but it was pretty cool. I liked that. I liked not knowing what was going on. So that was cool. Did our main character, Shiori, did she get with who I wanted her to get with? No. But I do have faith that there might be a love triangle in the second book. So that'll be fun for me. All in all, I think Shiori is a fun main character. She has a really nice arc throughout the whole entire book, just in where she starts and then kind of how everything ties together in what she's learned throughout the book to get her to the person that she is at the end of it. So I really like that. I liked her as a main character. She was not annoying to me at all. All in all, I'm gonna give it a 4 stars. Definitely YA fantasy, but it was a good time. It's cool. And there was not a lot of world building, I'll tell you that. There was not a lot of world building. Like, it was purely about the story, characters, and kind of like how they interacted with each other, but I didn't mind it. I could see clearly what the world was like without having a ton of description and stuff like that. So that was cool. But yeah, that's basically my wrap up on 6 Crimson Cranes. So all in all, of all the books that I read
Okay, so if I had to rank the Netgalley books from like best book to worst book, I think the best book that I read was Six Crimson Cranes. The second best, or like the next in line, would be The Taking of Jake Livingston, which I really liked too. A little like horror, thriller, contemporary book. I think I gave that one a 4-star as well, but of course I'm gonna like the fantasy a little bit more than horror thrillers. So the next book was While We Were Dating, which I think I gave it 3 stars. It was okay. I realized I actually didn't do a wrap up for that book because by the end of it, I was just kind of like, what the heck? I think that storyline, just to like talk about it really quick, the premise was so cool, but I just feel like it didn't go as far as it could have gone. Like I think the story was okay, but the characters, like I kind of was saying, they just didn't mesh well with me. Like they would be so nice to each other and then they would like get into the bedroom and it would be like a weird power play game. And I'm like, I don't know how I feel about this. So yeah, I think the writing just didn't vibe with me, but you know, you might like it. So if you're into like that kind of a romance, then definitely check it out. But I gave it a 3 stars. And then of course, The Queen Will Betray You, I DNF'd. I truly think it's just because it's written just a little too young. Like it's just a little too young for me to really like enjoy that book. And the thing is, I read the first one, The Princess Will Save You. I read that one before this because I realized that this was the second book in this series. And apparently it's a duology, so that's the last book. But y'all, I got to 67% and I just could not continue. Like it kept putting me in a reading slump. And I'm like, I don't like this. Like I can't keep trying to read this if it's gonna keep putting me in a reading slump. So I think it's just the writing is it's on the younger side of YA. As far as development of the story, I feel like there were some parts in it that were a little more older YA, fight scenes and maybe some of the language, but as far as just kind of like the development of the story, I was just kind of like bored, if I'm being honest. So it wasn't for me, but it might be for you. So check that out if you're interested. But for me, it was a DNF. I don't see myself picking it back up. So that is that. And yeah, I think those were the 4 Netgalley books that are coming out in July. I had a fun time. I really liked this vlog. So if you guys are interested in seeing more of these Netgalley vlogs, I think I'm still gonna do them even if everybody hates them, just so you guys can know like what's coming out this month and what you should be on the lookout for. But yeah, overall, I really enjoyed doing this and I think it's great because now I can go through my Netgalley and actually do some reviews because I feel like Monique and I have so many books that we're just like, but yeah, anyway, so if you like this video, give it a like for me. Comment down below if you have read any of these books already, because I know by the time this is coming out, some of the books are already, I think literally all of them are going to be out except for While We Were Dating. I think that comes out the day after this vlog is gonna come out. But anyway, let me know if you have read any of these books, if you're interested in any of these books. And of course, if you wanna support me and Monique on this channel, click that subscribe button and turn on that notification bell if you don't wanna miss another video from us. And until our next one, I'll see you guys next time.